President Donald Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship now on pause as attorneys general from across the nation, including in Washington, are fighting back.
The way we read our Bible says that you minister to the people of need, and this is just one of those needs.
A local church reestablishing after a fire. Hear what they have planned for the community as they open their doors to families in need.
We're tracking a round of light snow moving through the region tonight, but as that moves out, it's back to sunshine and cool temps.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
It's good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward. Today, search and rescue crews braved the cold to look for a person who may have fallen through the ice in Medical Lake.
Crews from Spokane Fire District 3 were called to the scene at around 11:30 this morning after someone reported a person walking on the ice. They conducted a search, even launching their drone to help search the lake's icy surface. After about an hour of searching, firefighters believe no one went into the water after all.
We practice for this. We come out, especially here in January and February timeframe, with our tech rescue teams to practice ice rescue. It is complex doing a marine rescue. It truly depends. How thick is the ice? How comfortable are we? We'll use ropes to keep our dive team safe as they're walking out on the ice.
And those crews say it was a relief that no one was ever in any real danger.
Let's take a quick break from the headlines to get our first look at the forecast. Another chilly morning all the way down in the teens.
Yeah, the sun along with kind of a partially cloudy day, so it seems to be sticking around, or that's going to be the theme for the rest of the week. Turning now to our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo.
Yeah, the cold is not going anywhere anytime soon. Thankfully, the cloud cover will work its way out overnight. Right now we sit at 27 degrees and our temperatures are likely going to stay pretty close to where they are right now thanks to the blanket offered by the clouds overhead. But look at how dry we are. Dew point of 21 keeps us pretty dry even as a little bit of moisture tries moving in. So a lot of what you see popping up on radar is going to struggle to reach the ground. We're going to start to see some of it. I'm going to be watching those Sandpoint cameras here in the next hour or so for the potential for a little bit of light snow. It looks like that same band is what hits us at about 9 p.m. Most of that activity works its way just south of Interstate 90 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Through the Silver Valley and Lookout Pass, though, I think you get a little bit, and I think it sticks instantly with how cold we have been. Continues to slide to the south. Pullman, Moscow, you see a little bit of a light dusting. I think more in Moscow than you see in Pullman. Moves through quite quickly, and then our skies clear out. But notice the northerly wind. That northerly wind is what takes us into the morning. It's also what dries us out and clears us out. It's what brings us more sunshine. But wind out of the north also brings us colder temperatures. 33 degrees tomorrow, and then our overnight low falls back into the mid-teens. It's going to be much cooler Saturday and Sunday with a high near 30 degrees.
All right, Jeremy, thank you. Now for the latest update surrounding the wildfires in California. The Hughes fire broke out yesterday, prompting evacuation orders for 50,000 LA County residents.
It has burned more than 10,000 acres in LA and Ventura counties and is 14% contained. So far, for all the fires in the area, more than 15,000 structures have been destroyed. At least 28 people have been killed. Some areas are still facing critical conditions as windy conditions persist. However, this weekend there's a possibility of rain that unfortunately isn't without risk, though. Rain over burn scars can cause mudslides and flooding. As the California wildfires continue to burn, Washingtonians are concerned about their insurance policies, especially ahead of wildfire season here in the inland Northwest.
KREM 2's Christian Garza sat down with the newly elected state insurance commissioner to find out what people need to know. Christian?
After speaking with the newly elected insurance commissioner, Patty Kuderer, she says her main goal is to make sure everyone has access to insurance across the state, regardless of where you live.
When you have an insurance issue, we want your first thought to be call the office of the insurance commissioner.
Eastern Washington is no stranger to wildfires, with our last major ones being the Gray and Oregon Road fires in 2023. Now, as other natural disasters happen across the country, questions have been popping up surrounding the future of insurance policies as we head into fire season.
My job is not just to provide oversight and regulation of the industry, but it's to act in the public interest.
Commissioner Kuderer is just one of 11 elected insurance commissioners across the country. She says that while natural disasters that we see on national news are scary to think about, there is no evidence that insurers are abandoning policyholders here in Washington.
We have no evidence of anyone leaving the state because of the wildfire risk at this time, but we don't want to be there either.
Even though in the past, people in these higher risk areas tell KREM 2 about the struggles they've had finding and being able to afford insurance. Robert Phillips lost his cabin back in 2020 to the Palmer fire and says he was unable to get insurance because it was too expensive.
I looked into it, and the people, they asked me, says, well, where do you live at? And whenever I said Okanagan County up above Oroville, they says, says, you couldn't even afford it.
After asking Commissioner Kuderer about this very situation, she says if you get a non-renewal notice and are unable to find other insurance, there is a state plan called the FAIR Plan, which should be used as a last resort in these instances. Commissioner Kuderer says right now there is only about 300 policies on that plan, which is funded through insurance companies' reserves.
That program has been used on really a transitory basis. So people use it temporarily because we still have alternatives in the state.
You can go to the Office of the Insurance Commissioner's website to find more information about available resources during wildfire season. Here you can go to the types of insurance and click natural disasters, then click wildfires. There you get information and tips about what you can do to make sure you have adequate coverage. Kuderer says she will be visiting communities after the legislative session is over to hear directly from people across the state. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns surrounding insurance coverage, you are asked to contact her office directly. In the newsroom, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Christian, thank you very much. Tonight we are sharing the story of a local church bouncing back after a fire, detailing their commitment to the community. Don't go anywhere. We're back in just 2 minutes.